If you're seeing this video, it's because you feel a lot of pressure to answer people's questions and solve their problems. Now, while this seems like a healthy thing to do, like, oh, I'm helping people, I'm solving their problems, I'm answering their questions, more than likely, it's kind of fucking you up. Make sure you save the video and follow me if you're not already, because in this video, I'm going to show you what to do with that head pressure. Now, first things first, if you don't know what your human design body graph looks like, go to my website right now, ReikiMarco.com, plug in all your information, click view your chart. It's going to pop out one of these bad boys. The head is right here. Now you can see in this chart, this head is white. None of these channels, 64, 61, 63, are connected to these channels down here. That makes this center undefined. Roughly 70% of the population has an undefined head. And the head is where we feel all the pressure to think. This is where the pressure to make sense of the world comes from. It's all the questions, it's all the inspiration, it's the fuel for thinking. And it drives mental activity. So now here's where the solving everybody else's problems and trying to answer their questions can negatively impact your experience. When you have an undefined head like this, it means that a lot of that inspiration, a lot of those questions, a lot of those problems that your mind is going to be thinking about are coming from other people. And 90% of the time, it's totally irrelevant to you. Like, you can probably recall some instances where you're laying in bed or paralyzed by your mental process and you're thinking about other people's problems. As if if you solved those problems that you would somehow, things in your life would just magically get better. But of course we know they don't. Now, there's nothing wrong with your head. The undefined head is supposed to pick up on other people's problems. Where this is messing you up is when you think, oh, if I solve this person's problems, that will somehow make my life better. And that's rarely a given. Oftentimes, a lot of our own mental activity will be devoted towards solving other people's problems when there wasn't an invitation for us to help them. They maybe don't want that problem solved, and so we're just spinning our gears over a problem or trying to answer a question that doesn't really matter. So the next time you catch yourself in a social situation trying to answer every question that somebody poses, regardless of whether or not you were specifically asked, check yourself. If you're alone thinking about other people's problems, check yourself. If you're in a one-on-one conversation trying to solve the other person's problem, again, without an invitation, check yourself. Just because you can feel other people's mental pressure, just because you know what people's problems are, is not an invitation for you to then devote your energy, which is limited, to then solving those problems. That is a quick road to bitterness, anger, frustration, and disappointment. If you find yourself asking questions like, I need more inspiration, I need to know the answers to this thing, where can I go to find the answers? Who has the answer? Is this supposed to be interesting? What should I be thinking about? Any of those questions floating around in your head, check yourself. The more open and allowing you can be with the concept of mental pressure and inspiration, the better time you're going to have here on planet Earth. A lot of people will spend time trying to find themselves in these white centers, which are inherently empathic. They're absorbing information from the outside world. What you want to do is look at these defined centers and these channels. Those are going to be the areas of consistent expression from your genetic sequence. Whenever I catch myself getting caught up with somebody else's problems, somebody else's head pressure, one of my favorite things to do is literally just walk outside, especially if it's sunny, and just stand out here in the sun. Bonus points if your feet are actually touching the earth. Using my hands and just gently slapping my body. Not necessarily in any sequence, but just being open to what feels the best as a means of returning to my own physical body and my own experience. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the undefined head picking up other people's problems and mental pressure. That's what it's supposed to do. But when I become overly invested in the head pressure of other people, I lose my ability to be open. And this is where much of my own disappointment or not self-behavior is going to stem from. I'd love to know what this brings up for you. Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you want some information about your body graph and your human design, visit ReikiMarco.com. Plug in your information, generate a body graph. You can also buy a report. This is $20. I made it super affordable. If you're easily overwhelmed, I recommend this introductory report. Also, by the way, total random thing, there's relationship charts. So you can put yourself and another person and see how you guys interact with each other based off of human design. I also do one-on-ones, relationship readings, and business readings. You can find all of that via the link in my bio, ReikiMarco.com. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.